Hello fellow aviators, VREF Simmer here. Welcome to this next Friday night flight. Tonight we're going between beautiful Mammoth Lakes, California, near Yosemite National Park. You can see the beautiful mountains out there just to the west. Clear skies today all the way down to Las Vegas. We'll go ahead, hop on into the cockpit, and we'll start getting everything fired up. So glad you all joined this evening. And it should be a fun flight for us. All right, so let's go ahead and get the power on the aircraft. We'll start back here at the back, and we'll make sure that all the circuit breakers are in, which they are looking good. So we'll hop down into the captain's seat and get the armrest up. Start here with the ADG handle, make sure that it's stowed, and looks like all these handles are good. Our IRSs are in the off position, transponder's in standby. The flaps are at 0, thrust levers are both at shut off, flight spoilers are at 0, the landing gear handle is down, and we'll move up here. All the hydraulic pump switches are off, so we can put some battery power onto the aircraft. And I believe we do have external AC available. Excellent. So we'll go ahead and put external AC power on the aircraft. Get that fired up, get our nav lights on. We'll turn on our hydraulic pumps so we can turn on the stab trim. And we'll get that advisory stab trim in test message more than likely. So let me switch over here. Yep, there it is. Spoiler stab in test. So while that test is going on, we'll go ahead and switch the IRS, both of those selectors to nav, and looks like our database is current. And we'll go ahead and get our Mammoth Lakes as the airport we're at, get the GPS position, and there we go. IRS is now aligning. And we're going to be flying today from Mammoth Lakes to Las Vegas McCarran International. Let's pump that into the destination. And we're actually a charter flight today, SkyWest 3001. Take some park rangers from Yosemite down to Vegas for a good weekend. So yeah, I have no idea. But this is not an actual revenue flight that's typically operated. But this was a user-selected route between Mammoth Lakes and Las Vegas. So I thought it sounded like fun. We flew into Mammoth Lakes on the last leg, so it should be scenic and a lot of fun. All right, so I went through the power-up flow. Let's go ahead and do our power-up check now. For those of you new to the channel, in the tutorial section, the CRJ tutorial section, I do have links to this checklist that I'm using for the CRJ 550 and 700. So power up check, circuit breakers were checked, radars were off, thrust levers shut off, battery masters are on, AC electrics are now set. We already turned the hydraulic pumps on and did the stab trim switches, engaged and tested. Parking brake is showing on. We have that green advisory message, and the IRSs are at nav. All right, so for our receiving check, documents are checked, maintenance status is checked. We have a good aircraft today. Emergency equipment, it's all on board. Emergency lights, we'll go ahead and switch those to arm. Standby instruments, it's looking good. We're showing down there at 40. We'll just have to get our altimeter setting here in a bit when we get our weather. And the gear pins are, we'll say that they are checked on board. Don't have to worry about them here in the sim. I'll go ahead and turn on the no smoking and fasten seatbelts. We'll go ahead and get the passengers loading up on the aircraft now that we have the power on. And you can hear them boarding in the back. So I'll be using PACX for our passenger simulations. All right, so we'll go ahead. We'll be using PilotEdge today. 122.8 is the Unicom frequency here, CTAF frequency here at Mammoth Lakes. And then 122.2 is what we're going to be using to contact Oakland Center to get our clearance on our taxi out. So I'm going to go ahead and tune that in so we can listen in, make sure that that's all working. And for our current weather here at Mammoth Lakes, let me see. PilotEdge does not have the AWAS, automated weather simulator. I could use Flight Sim, but I do have the an app I'm using that has the current weather. So at Mammoth Lakes right now, winds are calm, 10 miles, clear, Temperature is 8, dew point's -8, and altimeter is 30.22. So we'll go ahead and punch in 3022 in the altimeter here. And it should set them across the board. Yep, 3022 on the standby in the center, 3022 on the right. So there we go. Da Vinci, good evening from Daytona. Good evening back to you, Da Vinci. So glad you're here joining us on this flight between Mammoth Lakes and Las Vegas this evening. Thanks for tuning in, riding along. All right, so we have our current weather in. Let's go ahead and load up our flight plan. I'm just going to load the planned route, and we'll get our clearance when we're getting out toward the runway. So nice weather down in Las Vegas. We do not require an alternate today, so we don't have to put anything in the alternate field. So our first fix, we're going to be going via the Nickel 2. I think it'll be runway 27, Nickel 1 departure. And then we'll be going out to Nickel, which is shown there. And direct to LIDAT. So Lima India Delta Alpha Tango. And after LIDAT, it's direct to Bravo Tango Yankee. And the Sunset 4 departure or arrival. So I'll go ahead and get the Sunset 4. Captain Matty, hey, welcome aboard. Glad you're here, Captain Matty. Welcome to the channel and this flight. All right, so there's our transition there. Bravo Tango Yankee. I'll look up what that actually is here in a bit. So we'll go ahead and get that executed. And I also think it's going to be runway 26 left. 26 left is my... I want to try shooting ILS tonight. We've done a lot of RNAV approaches on the last few legs, so we'll do that. Da Vinci, N1 does not stay still with this aircraft. Maybe I need better throttles unless it's a bug. Well, here, I'll try it out tonight. I got the new patch on this plane. I might need to recalibrate my thrust levers too, but yeah, the N1 does jump around a little bit. But I'll check it out on this flight, and we'll see if the same thing's happening with my Honeycomb Bravo. All right, so we're looking at Nickel 1, Nickel transition, direct flight at. We get rid of this discontinuity.
600135.65 November 90.
And then Bravo Tango Yankee for that arrival. We'll brief all this in a bit, but showing total distance of 284. We're playing at 316, so that's close. Go ahead and copy active. The radio page are on auto. Performance, enable advisory VNAV. Fuel management on predicted. On the MFT menu, see like high nav, aids, speed, altitude, missed approach, and that long range nav position so we can track if the IRS is drifting. Window to VNAV on the flying pilot side, which will be the left side today, and then on the right side, same setup except the VNAV window is going to be set to on. So that's all set. And then I'll move over here to the index page, make sure VOR DME control looks good. And we also need to do the perf page here. So perf init, cruising altitude today is going to be flight level 370.
Station 9 Romeo Bravo to set up house discretion, maintain 6,000.
Do you remember Captain Matt? I do. I do remember Captain Matt. All right, so for our performance, let's see, your zero fuel weight today is going to be 53,858, and that's already pretty much set up there. Fuel planned at 6,090. We have 6162 on board, so that will work. Let me go ahead and set all of this in, and we're showing all that in the PerfInit 1 page. ISA deviation. Let's see, what are we showing today? We're showing an ISA deviation. It's right at 0, so we'll get to keep that at 0. And at cruise, a tailwind of 17 knots. So we'll put a P17 for cruise for the center winds there. And on page 3, 2,000 pounds of reserves, what I'm planning this evening, down to Las Vegas, and 500 pounds of taxi fuel is in the release. All right, so we're all set up with that. Good to go. Let's. We're waiting on the IRS to finish aligning, so I'm going to go ahead.
You're ready to go when you are.
All right, flight attendant said we're ready to go in the back. I'm going to go ahead and fire up the APU while we're waiting. We put the hydraulics switches back to auto and on. Do a quick fire detection test. Fire assist okay as advisory message came on. APU push buttons lit up. I'm sure the passengers would like to have some air conditioning and heat back there. Alright, APU invite test is done. We'll hit the start stop switch and fire up with APU. Iris should be aligned here in just a minute. Go and flip the recirc fan on so they get some airflow back there. And then we'll get the packs on once we finish. I'm also going to go ahead and set in our airport elevation for Las Vegas. That is at 2,181 feet. All right, Captain Matty. Captain Matt is me. I just changed my logo and am using the nickname of the variant of my name in Hebrew. Well, wonderful. Well, good to see you. I'll call you Captain Matty tonight. I hope I'm saying that correctly. If not, feel free to correct me. But glad you're back. Glad you're back, Captain Matty. Captain Matt. All right, so we're looking at 2,190 for the landing elevation. And got that set now. So there it is. Looks like our irises are aligned, so I'll go through a quick flow here really quickly. Stall protection pusher switches on. We have all of our formats good. I do need to get our V-speed set, and there seems like there's a bug because it's not letting me set them off of here. So I'm just going to use the VREF for the landing speed for now. I don't have another way to get a speed. So did not start doing that to me until the latest update. So hopefully they'll get that fixed in the next Aerosoft CRJ update. So V1 I'm going to put at 128. VR is going to be 128. We'll just keep them about the same. That happens pretty regularly in a CRJ. V2 is going to be 136. Captain Matty, yes, the pronunciation is correct. Thank you. Well, wonderful. I'm glad you're back here. Glad to have you here. All right, so V2 136 and then VT 178. It'll let me set that, so that's nice. And then the speed bucket, we're going to set V2 plus 10, which would be 146. So let me zoom out just a bit here. Go all the way up to 146. All right, there it is, 146. All right, I'm going to go through the rest of this. We have everything pretty much set. The altimeters are already set. And I'll come all the way up here, run through the electric panels, go up and down, sweeping across. So all the electricals set, external lights are set, hydraulics, switches are in auto and on. Let's just check the quantities. So it's nice to be able to use the panel to help with the flows. And then we run the checklist. So all the way up, bleed valves are in auto, fuel pumps are off for now, pressurization's all set. We'll go ahead and turn the packs on since we have the APU started now. And cargo air will go to conditioned air after start. Get the windshield heats to low, probes on. Don't need any of the miscellaneous lights at this time. Seatbelt signs are on, emergency lights are armed. And we'll come down here to the center pedestal. Anti-skid is armed, that's all good. We'll go ahead and arm our thrust reversers. Speed brakes at 0, retracted. Thrust levers shut off, flaps at 0. Get our TCAS set. Auto, relative, and norm. And we need to set it on the first officer's side too. And then back. And then down here, radar is off. We'll get the standby radio tuning unit on. Get a Mach trim on. Bell damper on. Make sure it disconnects, which it did. Turn it back on. Vinci, like one of your videos, I did RNAV 15 Denver to Aspen and the CJ4. It's different from what's on the chart. Alright. I'll have to check that out. Very cool. I want to check out the new the working title
Clear to
CJ4.
Montrose,
So I've heard it's really cool.
Transition directly into the MS file.
All right, so let's get our stab trim set. I think we're supposed to go to 5.5. Yep, takeoff trim's 5.5. So let's get that set.
Frequency 120.47, squawk 5354, Skyline 75 Bravo.
All right, there's 5.5 set. Let's check our rudder trim really quickly. We'll move it to the right, move it to the left. It works. And then aileron trim, I just hold it down for 2 seconds to the right. 1, 2. Check, make sure it looks like it moved. It did. And then just hold it 2 seconds back to the left. 1, 2. And we should be back at center. Yep, it all works. So that's everything. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick departure briefing. And like I've said, I'll say it again. It's always worth repeating. But everyone watching, you're part of the crew today, so this departure briefing is going to give us a shared mental model of what this flight should be. And if there's anything you have a question about, please don't hesitate to let me know. So for our airplane details and weights, we looked at the zero fuel weight. That's good at 53,858. Takeoff will be on the 60,000 pound card. Planned fuel is 6,090 pounds. We have 6140 on board. Min fuel for takeoff is 5,590. On the release, crew names look correct. We're on the CRJ 550 today, charter flight from Mammoth Lakes, taking some park rangers down to Las Vegas for the weekend out of Yosemite. The weather, let's see, Da Vinci, it's the best aircraft in FS 2020 in your opinion. All right, well, I'm going to have to check out that CJ4. I guess the working title has a website. Is that right, Da Vinci? And you can just download all the files you need. I'll have to check that out. But let's see. Let me pull up the weather really quickly. Las Vegas, calm winds, 10 miles clear, 27 degrees. So it's a little balmy. -4 for the dew point. And they're landing on 19 left and right and runway 26 left. So I'm going to plan 26 left because we'll be parking at the Delta terminal today for this charter flight. No NOTAMs that should affect us today. Taxi out route. Let me pull up our Navigraph charts so we can all get a shared mental model like I was saying earlier. Evan Moore. Hey, welcome aboard, Evan Moore. Great to have you back here. You're going to try the CJ4 tonight. You're nervous.
Bravo, establish localizer, contact
well, it sounds like it'll be a good time.
Contact.
I'll have to check it out too, along with you guys. I have to just find out where to download it from. Alright, so here's our Navigraph chart. So it's a pretty short taxi. We'll push back, a really short pushback, and then Alpha. Looks at Alpha 4, then Alpha down to runway 27.
Right, ILS.
And night flying not recommended at this airport without knowledge of local terrain. We should be out of here before nighttime, but there could be turbulence, so we'll make sure that we turn on the continuous ignition. And noise abatement procedures are in effect. Avoid flying over the town of Mammoth Lakes. Flying on the Nickel and departure, we should be able to avoid that. Shouldn't be a problem. And for our takeoff, we have 7,000 feet of runway, plenty of runway. And if we lose an engine or have a variety of problems before 80 knots, we'll reject the takeoff. Above 80 knots, we're only going to reject our takeoff if we have an engine fire or failure, or if there is a problem with the aircraft where it cannot get or stay airborne. And that we call that CRJ standard abort criteria. And then we'll take off. It'll be speed mode, nav mode, autopilot. I might wait to turn the autopilot on until a little bit later. We're going to climb at VT until we get up to the MSA in this area, which is, or clear of the terrain in this area, which I believe, let me see here. Let me pull up Mammoth Lakes. You can go to our approach chart to figure out the highest terrain. It's at 14,246 feet. So at 14.3, we'll accelerate, but we'll climb at VT till we get to 14,250 just to make sure we are well clear of the terrain. And a slower speed means a smaller turn radius too, which will help us as we maneuver in this area around the mountains. And above that, we'll accelerate to 290 knots and climb up to our cruise altitude of flight level 370 in accordance with ATC. And we cannot exceed 250 knots until we're established on a 054 heading, but that should not be an issue for us. on this nickel 4 departure. Alright, so I'm going to take Navigraph charts down for a second. And let's go ahead and brief the filed route. So for our clearance, I have 10,000 set initially. We'll have to get clearance from air traffic control. And initially we're going to have 1,200. We're squawking VFR. And we'll get a squawk code from the Oakland Center on the taxi out. And for our filed route, like we said, it's a nickel 1 departure, which is initially off of runway 27, heading of 274. So we'll get that set. Let's take a second. All right, heading of 274 initially to 8,600 feet, then a climbing right turn to a heading of 054 to intercept the Bishop VOR 322 radial to nickel. And that's exactly what we're showing there. You can see 322 to nickel, and then direct to LIDAT. And let me pull up the Sunset 4 arrival. It's the Beatty VOR. And then Michael at or above level 210, fuzzy 250 knots at 16,000 feet. That's our first hard altitude. And then Traeger. Ipumi at 230 knots at 11,000. Nipso at 9,000. Sunset at 210 at 8,000. Kimmy 210 at 8,000. And then Chips 170 at 8,000. Poker, Preno, and then we'll be set up for that 26 left approach after that. We'll check those legs later. Total distance of 284, and like I said, we were planned at 316, so that all looks good. I'll copy active again. Flight transition altitude is flyable 180. We know about the mountains out to the east and west. Highest terrain's at 14,000 feet. If we do lose an engine, we're just going to follow the departure path and clean it up and likely come back to land here. All right. Do you all have any questions? I'm going to catch up on some of your messages here. DaVinci, there's a GitHub and Discord channel. It even has charts on the MFD. Wow, that's great for VR. You fly it in VR all the time. Very cool. All right, Captain Matty, VREF, everything in the checklist is complete and the aircraft is checked. The pre-flight checklist is complete. Now we need ATC permission to taxi to runway and permission to take off. Yes, Matty, Captain Matty, we and this is actually an uncontrolled field here at Mammoth Lakes. So we're going to get to just announce our intentions, and I'll pick up our clearance on the taxi down to the runway, and hopefully it's not too much different than what we have. So let's go ahead. I'm going to run our before start check. Exterior inspections complete. Pressurization is set. Anti-ice set. Hydraulic set. Passenger signs on. Altimeters 3022 cross-checked. IRS, nav, anti-skid, armed, thrust reversers armed, parking brake on. Radios and nav aids are checked. Yaw dampers engaged. Oxygen, I need to check that really quickly. So let's hit this press to test switch. There we go, we had the yellow cross come up. Oxygen pressure is good at 1840. And then departure briefing is complete. Before start check complete. Let's go ahead and get the door closed on the aircraft. APU is operating good. I'm going to disconnect the external AC power. There it goes. And wheel chocks removed. DaVinci, how do you remember all the items for the brief? Well, I've done it many times, but I have a little cheat sheet I put together. I keep on my yoke, and I'll glance through that. It just has the different items that you cover, like for example, weather, NOTAMs, taxi out route, and I just make sure I covered all those items. But I can try to put something on the channel if you'd like, maybe in a tutorial video. So, and there, you have an acronym. Very cool, DaVinci. Oh, you said there is an acronym. Yeah, I don't have one. I mean, eventually when you do it enough times, you just kind of remember. But it's always a good idea to look through a cheat sheet. It has all the items. Make sure you covered everything. Captain Shaq, hey, welcome. Glad you're here. Just in time, my man, just in time. I've been enjoying your streams too. Shaq, I'm sorry I hadn't been able to tune in live. I've had a lot going on with work and stuff, but I do watch your replays. Very cool, man. I'll catch one of your live streams sometime when the timing works out. All right, so we have the door closed. Let's go through our engine start check. So beacon's on, get the fuel pumps on, and check to make sure the doors are showing closed now. Yep, they are. And let's go ahead and get the flight deck door locked. That door's always closed on this thing. I'm going to remove the chocks. We'll assume that the pushback express crew has already connected. And engine start check, FMS ACARS, set fuel quantity 6,090 planned. We have 6090 exactly on board. Very cool. Beacon is on, nose wheel steering off, fuel pumps on, doors closed, transponder. Let's go ahead and turn that on one. We're squawking 1200 right now. And then flight deck door locked. Engine start check complete. The only other thing I want to do here on COM 2, I want to get 121.5 active just so we can monitor guard. It's just a good habit to be in. So there we go. And I don't know if they still have you actually have it pushed out for audio in the Aerosoft CRJ. In the real CRJ, you push it in and the radio works, at least in the ones I've flown. Alright, so engine start check is complete. I'm going to go ahead and call our pushback crew unless you all have any other questions. Captain check, no worry. Glad you're doing well. Glad I can be here. Truly am. I'm glad you're here too. Alright, we'll get a quick view of the outside. I mean, this is a stunning airport to fly into, as you can see just looking back to the west with those mountains. Sun setting, so we should get to see the Vegas lights when we come in there.
Tower, Station 169, Romeo Bravo is clear of runway 10 right.
Alright, let me give
Juliet.
Station 9 Romeo Bravo.
Ground crew a call.
Alpha,
Flight deck to ground.
My last reported zooming was about 1400. Did you
flight deck to ground.
Anything lower?
Go ahead, flight deck.
No, that was about right. About 1400.
Thank you.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Center 134, please 6.
Alright, let me get the brakes released here. Brakes are released.
Pushing back.
Roger. Alright, I'm going to let them push us back. It doesn't take long to push back at this airport. We just need to get away from the fuel pump there. Stop pushback.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Eagle ground, Skyline 5755 Bravo with Globe.
Parking brake set.
Taxi fly for departure.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
See ya.
Alpha.
Alright, that was a good push.
Runway 25, taxi,
Alright, let's see. VREF engine 1 should be starting and the door is closed and locked. Engine 2 should begin. Yes. I was just making sure. I'm going to push this back first. I was using, what is that called? Pushback Express. It's a really short pushback here. So let's go ahead and start number 2 and then we'll start engine number 1. Alright, start our timer. If it will start, there it goes. And 2. Oil pressure. And 1. ITT, we're just waiting on 20% and 2. And there it is. There it goes. Fuel flow. And any second now. See if we'll get, there's light up. Great. Let's take a quick look at the engine there, firing up. Very cool. And I just saw something on the marketplace before, well, right when I was loading up the sim for this flight, apparently there's an airport marking enhancement for Flight Sim, which looked really cool, but I didn't want to download it right before this stream in case it caused a bunch of problems. But I'm going to check it out. Have any of y'all tried that yet? Alright, here we go. Let's start number 1 now. We restart the timer. Alright, Ed 2, oil pressure, N1, ITT is good, just waiting on 20% into Da Vinci. We made a small mistake while doing shared cockpit, and PilotEdge asked us to disconnect and go study. Yeah, no, they are serious.
Eagle County, Eagle Tower, Skyline 575 Bravo.
Captain Shaq, when you fly the Airbus, do you fly with your left hand? I do not. I do not. Actually, let me go ahead and get some fuel introduced here. I've been flying with my Honeycomb Alpha, which is not the most realistic for an Airbus, right? But I do have a joystick. I need to set up a table to my left, and then I can fly the Airbus like it's meant to be flown, right? All right, there's our light up. Let's take a quick look at that. That's such a cool view with the mountains back there, and wow. I would love to go check this place out in real life, let me tell you. All right, just waiting on the engine to stabilize here, and we'll be ready to rock and roll.
Forecast ready, thank you.
All right, looks good. Let's go through our flow here. Generators are all in auto. Go ahead and turn off the APU, get the conditioned air, and we'll go ahead and arm the nose wheel steering. All right, flaps 8. Watch your knees. Let's check the flight controls. And then after start. So there's full right, full left on the yoke, full forward, full aft. Let's check the rudder really quickly. That looks good. And it looks like, how do these trims look? They're centered. Okay, good. It looked weird from my vantage point. Alright, so after start check. Generators auto, bleeds auto, packs on, cargo air, conditioned air. Anti-ice set, fuel pumps on, flight controls check, rudder check, nose wheel steering armed. After start check complete. Performance check, FMS, runway 27, nickel, verified. Thrust full rated 90.0, checked. Trims, let's double check it with the performance here. Trims 5.5 centered, and that's checked. Flaps, we're playing at flaps 8, and it didn't give us the V speeds for some reason. That's a bug, I think, going on there. And flaps 8 verified. Speeds 128, 128, 136, 178, 146 in the bucket set. Performance check complete. We're ready to taxi. Let me switch this back over to Unicom to announce our taxi, or CTAF actually, and here we go. Turn off our parking brake. Mammoth Lakes traffic, SkyWest 3001, CRJ 550 taxiing from the commercial terminal, runway 27 via Alpha 4 Alpha, Mammoth Lakes. Alright, clear left, clear right. It's a pretty sharp right-hand turn here, right around to the taxiway. And you really got to be careful with the thrust in these CRJs. I was flying with a guy one time. I wasn't on the plane when he did it, but he actually destroyed a jet bridge in Kansas because he put just a little too much thrust in trying to get out of the airport. So it was up at Manhattan, Kansas. So you got to be really careful flying a jet with what's behind you and using minimal thrust, which it's a little tough to do here in the Aerosoft CRJ. I'll say, well, one of y'all was talking about how the N1's a little finicky, jumps around a lot, and yeah, it still seems to do that a little bit, I'd say. But we'll check it out more in depth as we fly along here. Well, if some of y'all are, it sounds like some of y'all might have some PilotEdge subscriptions. If y'all ever want to join in on these flights, by all means, please do sometime. I'll try to post them at least a day before. And I'll put the air traffic control service I'm using, whether it's VATSIM or PilotEdge, on the picture and video description. So I'll try to get some VATSIM flights in here again soon. It's just I've been flying late at night, and you just don't know if you're going to have VATSIM online or not. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get our clearance really quickly. How much N1 percentage do you need to get rolling? I mean, not much. I can't give you an actual value, but not much. Let me go ahead and get our clearance while we're moving. I'm going to slow our roll just a bit. Try to time this out right. Oakland Center, SkyWest 3001 on the ground, Mammoth Lake. Select to pick up IFR to Las Vegas. Hopefully that worked. And eventually there is a maximum.
SkyWest 3001, Oakland Center, good evening. Code to Las Vegas, McCarran International Airport. Nickel 1, departure to Nickel as filed. And actually, Sunset arrival is no longer in use. It's been discontinued. I'll have a change to that. Maintain 5000, expect flight level 37010 minutes after departure. Oakland Center frequency 125.75, squawk 7414, hold for release.
Alright, SkyWest 3001 cleared to Las Vegas. Nickel 1 departure as filed except not the Sunset 4. Climb 5000, expect flight level 370 in 10 minutes. Departure 125.75, squawk 7414.
SkyWest 3001, and so after LEDOT, change Beatty Sunset 4 arrival to read direct basic Bravo Alpha Sierra India Charlie. Bravo Alpha Sierra India Charlie, cocktail 1 arrival.
Alright, so after BD, direct basic, cocktail 1 arrival, SkyWest 3001.
SkyWest 3001, read back correct, hold for release advisory.
Wilco, SkyWest 3001. Alright, we're going to pull over here in the holding pad really quickly because we got to figure this out. I got to make sure I have this because I have some database issues, like we said with Flight Sim. My X-Plane databases are all up to date. So let me set our park and brake really quickly. I need to announce to our passengers that we're going to have a little bit of a delay. So I'm putting that in the PAC-X.
FedEx 745 Salt Lake Center, good evening.
I'm just going to say traffic. Sure, there we go. And it's going to be maybe a 10-minute delay. There we go. I need to check this out. I hope. So we're supposed to have the cocktail 1 arrival in here. Let's see if we do. I see the Crowley. Yeah, I think. Oh no, that's the departure. Cocktail 1 arrival. Hopefully I have it. There it is. Cocktail 1, basic transition. All right, so we're looking at Nickel, LIDAT, Beatty. Hold up, let me get that pulled up. Beatty, and then it's direct to. I gotta get the stars up here. So then it's direct to basic. I'll pull it up so y'all can see on your end, because. Yeah, I guess they did get rid of some of those. I very rarely fly into Las Vegas. So cocktail 1. There she be. Let me pull it up. Navigraph charts. Now y'all can see here. So we're looking at after BD direct to basic is what I heard. Execute that. BD basic. Flight chair at or above flight level 240, T-brain, aerial at or above flight level 210, cocktail 250 knots between 190 and 16,000, Zolda at or above 14,000, Dion at or above 12,000, Envy at or above 11,000, Requin at 210 knots at or above 9, Twaffle, and Bourbon. 210 knots at 8,000, and then expect to land 26 left or 26 right. And it looks like vectors there, and it has us going straight on to 26 left, which is Huxar, Shand, Reelan, and then out to the mist at Boulder City. Cool. And plane distance 330. That all looks good. We need to be squawking. Let's see here. 7414. I'm going to punch that in. So 7414 is an ATC 1. We'll set that ATC 2 also. And then first altitude we're stopping at is 15,000 feet. So a lot to check there. It's usually, I mean, that's why I pulled over here to the side, because we don't want to be trying to taxi and do all that. So, does any of that sound wrong to you guys? Do you all have any questions on that? I need to put our departure frequency 12575 over here in 12575 on the radio page. Standing by. Well, actually, I need to talk to them on 2 first, because they won't let me talk on 2575 on the ground. I've tried that before here in X-Plane. So I'm going to let them know we're ready for release. Oakland Center, Skywest 3001, ready for departure. Mammoth Lakes, runway 27.
Skywest 3001, release for departure. Clearance away if not off in 3 minutes. If not off in 3 minutes, 5 intentions, not later than 5 minutes. Change to advisory frequency approved.
Released, and we'll report off within 3 minutes. Skywest 3001. All right, I started a timer over here just to make sure we don't miss that. Let me, I think I left the charts up. Sorry, guys. Let me take that down. Here we go. And I'm going to put 2575. We got to get moving here. 2575. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. All right, let's do our takeoff briefing and before takeoff check all the way. So we're full rated thrust, rolling, bleeds on the engines, taking off runway 274 heading to 8,600 feet, then a 054 heading, intercept the 322 track to Nickel. Going up to 15,000 initially, and we have a good squawk code. We've got to be off in another 2 minutes. Standard CRJ abort. Continuous ignition will be on for the mountains and the turbulence as briefed. Any other questions, guys? All right. Yeah, you have no idea what she just said, Da Vinci. Yeah, they'll talk fast. It's like that in real life too, right? Oh, man. But hey, if you don't understand, always speak up and ask. So, yeah, we got to be off the ground in 3 minutes is basically what she said. All right, before takeoff check. Takeoff briefings complete. Cross-flow override manual ignition on. Nav instruments checked. Fuel quantity 5590 min fuel, and we have 5865 on board and balanced. ICUS is checked, cleared. Brake temperature checked. Cabin ready. Takeoff configuration. Let's turn off the park and brake, and we should get a. See, I've been having problems here lately. When it doesn't populate the performance data on the EFB for takeoff, it will not give me a takeoff config okay. So I think that's a bug. It's only happened since the patch. I should have turned off the taxi light and landing light there, but I didn't while we were stationary. But there's a 10-minute limitation on those. We're moving again. So takeoff configuration checked, anti-ice standard, N1 checked, external light set. Before takeoff check is complete. Mammoth Lakes traffic, Skywest 3001, taking off runway 27 via the Nickel 1 departure. We'll be departing the pattern to the south, Mammoth Lakes. Alright, runway 27 is verified. Hit toga button, get our runway position update. Toto is enunciated. And here we go, runway 27 is verified. So look, we have like 18 seconds to get airborne. Set thrust. And thrust set. Eighty knots. Check. High altitude. It's a long takeoff roll. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Speed mode. Nav mode. Autopilot on. Alright, we'll go to 054 heading. Let's hopefully it'll turn us there. Looks like it's doing it. Great. We'll just double check the GPS here. Let me contact departure. Oakland Center, SkyWest 3001, off Mammoth Lakes, 9,700, climbing 15,000 via the Nickel 1. Flaps 1.
SkyWest 3001, Oakland Center, identified.
So it should work. I don't know if it will. And flaps up.
Okay, 380, contact Albuquerque Tower.
I don't think that worked, so we need to go to via 054 heading. So let me.
SkyWest 3001. Radar contact 4 miles northwest of Mammoth Lake. Mammoth Lake altimeter 3022. Climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb maintain flight level 230. SkyWest 3001.
Walker 380 Albuquerque Tower. Wind 1607. Runway 21. Clear to land.
All right, let me check that. 23 is set. We're gonna keep climbing at VT here. I'm gonna go back to climb thrust really quickly.
Confirm.
And do the rest of the after takeoff flow.
0 for November. Runway 1 left taxi at Alpha Mike 1.
Alright, we need to be on this 054 heading.
055 Bravo, do you have a bridge request?
And if we look over here on our radio page, our Bishop is already tuned there, 109.6. So if we go over here to the bearing selectors, we can actually pull up VOR1 and it'll show us what radio we're on. So 322, we can go direct to Nickel at this point. We're pretty much right on track with where we should be. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Execute and nav mode. FMS1, we're at above the mountains now, so I'm going to accelerate to 290 knots.
You said they are now runway 13, approach from Brute.
I went a little faster than I had hoped.
Requesting VOR approach.
Alright, 290 is set. Yeah, let's keep our climb going. We need to maintain at least 500 feet per minute in a climb.
55 Bravo, have your request.
Bravo.
So I'm going to put 500 feet per minute. Let us accelerate to 290 knots. Alright, so we're going direct to Nickel now. And it's a beautiful, I don't think it...
3001, contact Oakland Center, 127.45.
12745, SkyWest 3001. And we were not on the right track there. I'm gonna try this the right way. I'm gonna take it off of auto tune. There we go. Oakland Center, SkyWest 3001. 16.8, climb flight level 230.
SkyWest 3001, Oakland Center, clear direct lead out, climb and maintain flight level 370.
Direct lead at climb flight level 370, SkyWest 3001. Alright, direct lead out, lead-out's in there, flight level 370.
Okay, 380, exit right, Foxtrot
37 set, there's 18.
Foxtrot Charlie, Alpha, cross runway.
Turn off all our external lights there.
30 Charlie.
And
runway 26 at Charlie.
Let me run the after takeoff check, and then I'll things should slow down from there. Alright, after takeoff check, gears up, flaps at 0, crossflow auto override is back to auto, thrust to climb, and ICA, thrust reversers off, ICAS, let's check that really quickly. So hit the stat button. Just seatbelts and no smoking, that's good. So checked and cleared. Climb check complete. Altimeters are 2992, cross check, stern light set, and the climb check is complete. Captain Matty, how is your day today, Vera? My day has been excellent, Captain Matty. An excellent day for sure. It was beautiful weather out here where I live, and was able to get some good work done today, and happy to be able to fly now. I can take this bearing pointer off. I don't think it ever really worked because, see, we're 109.6 should have been pointing directly at the VOR there, Bishop VOR, but it was not, so I'll have to check that out later. Because typically you could use that, you could see when you're on the 322 radial from Bishop, but huh. I'll mess around with that on offline sometime. Let's take a quick look at the beautiful scenery. Look at that. You can't beat the great views of Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Alright, let me take our range out. We're going to have to start getting some... Oh, looks like we might have a problem here. Flybat. LIDAT direct BD and then up to basic. We'll have to get them to verify our routing. Oakland Center, SkyWest 3001. Well, Captain Matty, you went to the beach yesterday and the lifeguards were not happy because two kids were acting like they were going to jump Newport Pier. Oh, wow. That does not sound like a great idea, huh? I've never been to Newport Pier, but that does not sound like a good thing to do, to jump the pier. Oakland Center, SkyWest 3001, question. Why do we not have... Make sure we weren't disconnected. Yep, we were disconnected. Oh no. Yeah, it disconnected us from the from PilotEdge. Da Vinci, you love X-Plane, but it just can't compete right now. I know. I agree with that sentiment for sure. Well, I agree with it on a visual standpoint. X-Plane can definitely compete from an aircraft standpoint. Actually, for transport category aircraft, X-Plane is top notch. I love it for the simulation of aircraft systems. But visually, yeah, you'd have to spend a lot of money to get to the same level you get here with Flight Sim 2020. And I do not know why it disconnected us. I'll put an alpha at the end. Maybe it'll let me connect now. Alright, there we go. Oakland Center, SkyWest 3001.
SkyWest 3001, go ahead.
Yeah, apologies. Somehow got disconnected. I reconnected as 3001 Alpha.
SkyWest 31 is correction. SkyWest 3001. So you're back on the ground?
Negative. I'm still flyable 348, climbing 370 to Libat.
And you still under the same call sign, SkyWest 3001?
It would not let me reconnect with that. It said it was already in use, so I'm 3001 Alpha. or 637. Maybe she can recycle it. Outs cap. I'm gonna slow us down because we have a routing.
Skywest 3001 Alpha, squawk 7152, ident. And yeah, it's just because it's a hung connection. If you want to try reconnecting under the original call sign, it should go through now.
Roger, I'll try. Alright, let me try to reconnect this here. Alright. Oakland Center, Skywest 3001, flight level 370.
Battery 0 Alpha November, contact departure.
Alright, ATC is off. Yeah, it was off for a second. It just...
Skywest 3001, did you copy the last squawk code?
3001, we are at flight level 370, squawking 7152.
Right, Skywest 3001, I'll need you to recycle the transponder for that code and then ISA.
Wilco, Skywest 3001.
Battery 0 Alpha November, north side departure, radar contact, climb view 617, flight level 100. 55 Bravo, contact Denver Center 118.57.
118.57, Skyline Passion Alpha Bravo. Denver Center, Skyline Park 755 Bravo, 16,000 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna have to check with her about this.
5755 Bravo, Denver Center, thank you. Montrose, altimeter 3020. Clear direct Brook, cross Brook at 10,000 or above. Cleared VOR, runway 13 approach.
Wow, look at those beautiful colors over the desert.
Clear the red Brook. Cross Brook at 10,000.
I should have done more of a...
VOR 13, approach Skyline 57 Bravo.
Sir, 82905 Hotel Fresno, clearance, you said IFR to where again?
So I think she meant direct basic. I'm just gonna do it. If she gets mad, fine. I don't think she's gonna have a problem.
Airport 73 departure to Visalia.
Looking at my notes, if it was real life, I would 100% check with her, but I don't think she's gonna get mad here. Because if we go to Beatty and then back up, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so N1 did kind of hang there for a second. When I tried to just move the thrust levers up a bit, it took me all the way down almost to flight idle. I don't know if y'all saw that, but that was a little weird.
905 Hotel, that is correct. Visalia VOR, and read back correct.
Let's take a quick look outside. Look at that beautiful...
3001, I'm not receiving you back on radar here. I'm going to give you a new code, squawk 7244 ident.
7244 and ident, Skywest 3001. Alright, there's 7244. And we'll hit ident there. I need to get some lighting on in the cockpit.
Skywest 3001, your radar contact 5 miles southeast of Lida intersection. Contact Los Angeles Center now, 133.2, and have a safe rest of your flight.
332, Skywest 3001, good night.
0 Alpha November, contact Oakland Center,
Alright, 13320. That's standing by. Los Angeles Center, Skywest 3001, flight level 370.
3001 Los Angeles Center, roger.
All right, Da Vinci, your N1 fluctuates a lot. So Da Vinci, let me ask you. So right now I have my thrust levers just set at a constant setting. It looks like they're maybe not calibrated right because they're at the same level, but see they're off by a, what, 0.4 here? So is your N1, and I just moved it, but would your N1 be fluctuating just with your thrust levers sitting still?
41945 Lima San Luis Tower,
Yeah.
mile final, runway 29er.
So I need to recalibrate my thrust levers probably. Captain Matty, the sky looks pretty nice. Yes, it does. I mean, look at that. Beautiful views over the desert.
Roger.
And there, look at that glare that came off of the ED2. Wasn't that cool? Wow.
Runway 17, cleared land.
And the thing is, so this has what's called FADEC, Full Authority Digital Engine Control. And so it should
Santa Barbara ground, runway 25, taxi via Alpha Golf.
It should keep the thrust pretty even if you have the thrust levers at the same spot. But I will say, like the 700, it feels a little bit more like a video game when you're moving the thrust levers and stuff compared to the CRJ 200. And it's because of that FADEC system. It just doesn't. It just responds differently. I'll get a little bit of the floodlights on here. Let's switch our annunciator lights to dim. There we go. Go ahead and get the standby compass light to dim. Whoops, not the dome light. Standby compass light. There we go. And I'm going to take down our brightness a little bit on the PFD, MFD, and also ED1 and 2. There we go. Take the bright.
3001, descend via the Cocktail 1 arrival, runway 26 left transition, Las Vegas altimeter 2997.
Send me the Cocktail 1 arrival, 26 left transition, 2997, Skywest 3001. Alright, so as briefed, let's pull up the plate here really quickly. Looks like it's time to start our descent. First hard altitude is going to be at 8,000, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and set in 8,000. There we go. And we'll
2 Charlie Sierra Santa Barbara Tower, runway 25, cleared for takeoff.
We're going to have to go to about 2,200 feet per minute right now. So there we are. We're looking for this magenta donut here, or the cyan donut, I'm sorry. Cyan donut. So about 2,300 feet per minute. And you can see we have that VNAV snowflake centered. So we're right on track for now. And we're going to be transitioning to 250 knots at Cocktail.
Number 9 Yankee, turn right heading 170, descend and maintain 2,800.
So I'm just going to set that.
Delta 604,
so we don't
taxi
forget.
via Delta and Echo, correction, via Delta, Echo, Charlie to the ramp, cross runway 21.
Exactly up to 5% is what Da Vinci was saying with that, not good with an auto throttle. And Captain Matty, we are in Nevada right now. Yes, we are. It is beautiful. I think we're starting to see Las Vegas out there just off at about our 11 o'clock or so. Very cool looking here. Vinci, the throttle on the CJ4 works perfect. That's good to hear. Hopefully they'll get it worked out here in the CRJ. But
yeah, 359 Lindbergh Tower, roger. While heading 290, climb and maintain 7,000.
Alright, let's go ahead and do our approach briefing. I'm going to pull up the ATIS at Las Vegas on PilotEdge really quickly. Everything's going to start happening kind of fast now. So we got to keep rolling.
Correction, climb and maintain 5,000, contact approach on 119.6.
Captain Matty, VREF, the pre-arrival checklist is complete. Please follow the line to runway and allow ATC to guide you in. All right. Very cool. Thank you, Captain Matty.
Number 2 Charlie Sierra, contact departure.
All right, so for ATIS at Las Vegas, let me see if it'll let us 132.4. Maybe we can
Santa
listen.
Barbara departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000.
I'll try to tune it in right down here.
Cessna 90 Yankee, turn right heading 180.
And COM 2.
Limiter 299er7.
There we go.
Arriving runways 19er left, 19er right, 26 left. Departing runways 19er left, 19er right, 26 right. Visual approaches in use DFR departures contact clearance delivery. Advise on course
359 SoCal approach, Roger, radar contact.
Following is
Turn right heading 040 vectors, localizer runway 27 approach.
Advise on initial contact. You have information golf.
Okay, so golf is current. They're going to need that on approach.
Las Vegas McCarran International Airport. ATIS information golf. 0456 Zulu. Wind 200 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky condition.
Clear 45 Lima runway 29 clear to land.
Dew point -4. Altimeter
Cessna 90 Yankee 3 miles from Rebo, turn right heading 260. Maintain 2,800 until established on the localizer. Cleared localizer runway 27 approach.
Alright, so we got golf now. Da Vinci, yeah, focus on the arrival. Yep, exactly right. So we're going to have to start slowing at 250 knots here pretty soon.
Now. You're 4 miles from Rebo. Continue your right turn. I need you to start a right turn now, heading 3.
Alright, so let's verify these legs really quickly.
Maintain
Actually, first let me get the landing data set.
On the localizer.
And then I'll verify our route, because it should all be set. We'll turn the brightness down. This is really, really bright. There we go. So V, so I'll need that. I need to get our V speeds in. VT is going to be 192.
2,800 until established. You're cleared for the localizer approach.
V2 is going to be 135. Just set the wrong.
That is 359. Turn right heading 090.
I'm going to go ahead and take us back to flight idle. Start slowing toward 250. V ref.
That is 359. Turn right heading 090.
See 127. I'm just going to set V1 and VR at 127. So that's all set. Speeds are set now. Our landing speeds. I'm going to turn off the EFB.
November 2 Charlie Sierra, climb and maintain 6,000.
And let me pull up the. We're above flight level 210 for this next one. Great, we're right on track. Let me pull up the Navigraph charts for you all so you can see where we are.
November 7-2 Charlie Sierra, climb and maintain 6,000.
We'll switch to night mode now.
November 1945 Lima.
So we're looking at aerial at or above flight level 210. Then cocktail at 250 knots. That's what we're slowing for.
Sierra, turn
so flight level 160 and 190. Then Zelda at or above 14,000. Dion at or above 12,000. Envy at or above 11,000. Redon 210 at or above 9. Then Twaffle Bourbon at 210 at 8,000. That's the bottom altitude that's set right now. And then vectors for the approach. So we need to just slow our descent rate a little bit here.
Clearance, departure frequency 134.2, squawk 6230.
Let me change our over to ILS 26 left. And you all can still see excellent. So 26 left.
134.20, squawk 6230.
Localizer frequency is going to be 111.5. Get that standing by on both RTUs, which it is. We get this on, oh I'm sorry, it's only on one there, or on two. We need to get 111.5 on this one here. 115 is standing by.
Number 3 Romeo Mike, you need to make that request with Joshua approach.
Something just changed. I heard a knob spinning. I don't know which one it was.
Did you copy?
Alright, we're at 250 knots now, about 10 miles out. Need to decrease our rate of descent a bit.
Number 1 Papa Sierra, negative.
Here we go. And I'm going to take off the Navigraph chart for y'all because I think it's going to be more distracting than anything.
0.20. Squawk 62.
And I'm going to brief the approach. Alright, so it's 19th February 21, 11-2. Pull it back up for y'all.
Number 1 Papa Sierra, read back correct.
There we go. Now you can see.
Number 101 Whiskey Sierra.
ILS runway 26 left. Localizer 111.5 is standing by on the
Maintain
RTUs.
5,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS Zulu, runway
Final approach
165
course is
approach.
259. At Raylan, we should be at 3,800 feet. ILS DA is 2269, so that's going to be on the MDA window. That's going to be 2270. Let me get that set really quickly. And that is now set. 2270 set.
November 183 Romeo Mike, say altitude.
We need 3/4 of a mile visibility. We have 10 miles available, and
183 Romeo Mike.
should be a ILS to a visual.
Your
Upper elevation is 21
signed
at
altitude is
81.
1,000.
The landing elevation is set 2,200 feet, so we're good in that regard also. MSA is 10,200 to the north, 6,700 to the east, 8,400 to the south, 13.2 to the west.
Is 1,000.
This approach will likely be with the tower. Published though would be climb to 3,200, then climb and right turn to 6,000, 080 heading, inbound on the Boulder City 286 radial to Boulder City and hold. Continue climb and hold. Wow, we gotta keep going down here. Why is...
Yeah, at 359, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 4,000.
There we go. Let me turn off the Navigraph charts.
3001, contact Las Vegas approach on 125.9er.
125.9er, Skywas 3001. 2997 on the altimeters.
No readback. Yeah, at 359, I am not receiving your readback. Fly heading 180, descend and maintain 4,000.
Should be kind of quiet. Right heading 180 and 4,000 at 359.
Las Vegas approach Skywest 3001, 17.7 descending via the cocktail 1 with golf.
Skywest 3001, Las Vegas approach, roger. Expect visual approach, runway 26 left.
Expecting visual 26 left, Skywest 3001. So there we go. We're expecting the visual, so missed approach will likely be at the tower. Probably vectors back around at 3,200 or 5,000 feet. Okay, look for a Pappy on the left, mouse serve, lighting, and after we land,
Maintain 9,000, contact Joshua 126.1.
126 left. This will be a right hand turn off, probably at Alpha 5 or 6. Get clearance to cross 26 right at Alpha 5, and then Bravo Charlie 4 back to the Delta gates. Parking at Delta 53 today. Alright, let's finish up our...
We're not propelling on the ramp, just wondering if that passes can do.
November 45 Lima, affirmative. Have a good night.
Thank you very much.
Let's do our arrival check. Altimeters 2997, cross checked. Landing data set, pressurization is checked. Passenger signs on, external lights set. Arrival briefing complete. Arrival check complete.
Cleared VOR DMU runway 17 approach, November 183 Romeo.
Alright, yeah, you can see Vegas out there. Take a look at the sunset behind us, guys. That is incredible.
359, turn right heading 260,
really cool looking.
27 localizer.
Right heading
right over the Spring Mountains.
27 localizer, United 359.
Number 9 Sierra Yankee, taxi via Charlie to the ramp, remain this frequency.
Charlie to the ramp and review, November 459 Sierra Yankee.
Number 980 Alpha November, Los Angeles Center, descend and maintain 900,000, Santa Barbara altimeter 3007.
And we already have our preview of the localizer course coming in.
Bakersfield Tower, Baron 401 Lima Mike with you, 3,500, about 10 miles to the southeast, correction, southwest.
And our next airspeed restriction is going to be at Redken, 210 knots, so still have a little while before we have to slow down.
Number 401 Lima Mike, Bakersfield Tower, enter left traffic.
Yeah, I need to get
30
some
right.
lights on the FO side.
Left traffic, 30 right.
Da Vinci, that's
401
beautiful
Lima
indeed. Absolutely, Da Vinci, absolutely.
Burbank ground Cessna 821 Papa Sierra, Atlantic Aviation with Papa, ready to taxi.
United 359, cleared localizer, runway 27 approach.
Clear localizer, runway 27 approach, United 350.
Ray 21 Papa Sierra, Burbank grounds, runway 8, taxi via Delta.
Runway 8 via Delta, 1 Papa Sierra.
All right, decking, we're supposed to be at or above 12,000, which we're just slightly below the VNAV snowflake. So let me reduce our rate of descent just a little bit. There we go. So as we descend and our ground speed decreases, the rate of descent is also going to be decreasing. So we need to keep an eye on that. We don't bust any of these at or above altitudes, which is what most of these are on this Cocktail 1. Seemed like that original one, the Sunset 4, had a lot of hard altitudes you had to hit. Wonder if you can see the sunset off the, let me just go back in the cabin really quickly. Oh yeah, look at that. Looking back to the west. That's cool looking. See the wing inspection light on now? And I need to slow us down. Yeah, thrust levers are definitely a little suspect. It's hard to set your speed in this Aerosoft right now.
KLAS 3001, advise when you have the airport in sight.
Wilco, SkyWest 3001. Yeah, there's downtown Las Vegas. We'll probably get the airport in sight here. I think I saw it, but I just want to wait till it's on the other side of this pylon here. If they clear us for the visual, we're going to look to intercept outside of Relin at 3,800 feet.
We're fully established on the 27 localizer approach, United 359er.
United 359, roger. Contact Lindbergh Tower on 118.3.
Bird Tower 118.3, United 359. Bird Tower, United 359er. Localizer 27 approach fully established.
United 359, Lindbergh Tower, when calm, runway 27, clear to land.
Runway 27, clear to land, United 359er.
SkyWest 3001 has the airport in sight.
SkyWest 3001, clear bridge approach, runway 26 left.
Clear bridge approach 26 left, SkyWest 3001. Alright, so we've been clear for the visual now. I'm going to set in our descent at 250 knots, and we're going down to 3,800 feet to intercept outside of Relin. Yeah, I'm actually going to slow us back here. So let's go vertical speed. Take it to 1,000 feet per minute, and we're going to slow to 180 knots. Flight spoilers are coming out. Flaps 1. Flaps 8. Speed mode. That's very cool looking. Look at that. Light coming up. I think it might have dropped you all off the, let's go flaps 20. Off the live stream. So we're doing a space shuttle approach here. Look at how steep our approach is. Alright, so I'm going to get tower standing by. Tower is going to be 119.9er.
Clear runway 16 right at Golf. Request taxi to Aeroleaf.
Square 1 Whiskey Sierra, taxi via Alpha to the ramp.
Taxi via Alpha to the ramp, Whiskey Sierra.
And I'm just trying to get over here to the radio page, get that standing by. There we go.
Bakersfield Tower, November 401, Lima Mike's with you on final.
41 Lima Mike, runway 30 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 30 right, 401 Lima Mike.
Yeah, 359, taxi via Bravo to the ramp, monitor ground 123.9er.
Bravo to the ramp.
Alright, spoilers are in. Okay, good. And frame rates are really going downhill at the moment, unfortunately. Hopefully it doesn't crash on me here. But we will see. Alright, we're back. Make sure it didn't disconnect me from, nope, did not. Okay, good. Alright, I'm going back live, guys, so y'all can hopefully rejoin here. Alright, I'm going to switch this to... Current heading, let's have the 11.5.
Burbank Tower, Cessna 821, Papa Sierra,
Hey,
Golden Short,
green.
runway 8 for departure.
321 Pop Sierra, Burbank Tower, at the departure, proceed on course, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
On clear for takeoff, runway 8, proceed on course.
Outscap.
Skywest 3001, contact Las Vegas Tower, 119.9er.
199er, Skywest 3001.
Bakersfield Tower, Baron 401 Lima Mike is clearly active at hotel.
Go down.
Number 401 Lima Mike, taxi via Alpha to the ramp, and remain this frequency. Have a good day.
Alpha to the ramp will remain with you. Have yourself a good night.
Las Vegas Tower, Skywest 3001, left base, 26 left.
Skywest 3001, Las Vegas Tower, wind 2005, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 26 left, Skywest 3001. Alright, we're clear to land.
Charlie Sierra, VFR traffic that is going to be overtaking you on your right about 1/2 mile. Altitude indicates 6,800, type unknown.
Copy that, I'm going to go 72 Charlie Sierra.
Alright, flaps 45. Telegraph plus factor. Hey, Da Vinci. Yep, sorry about that. Still haven't been able to get anybody out here to fix my internet, so hopefully soon. There's Loke 1 and Glide Slope. Telegraph plus factor and...
Roger, I'd like to do the laser.
Landing check. Gear down. Down. Flaps 45, 45. Thruster versus arm. Landing check complete.
Right now,
runway is in sight.
Or where are you going?
Yeah, direct to the airport.
So I will load up the video of this entire flight after this is complete. So we should be able... I'm going to disconnect the autopilot because look, it's flying us a whole dot low. So it's having a little bit of trouble. So we'll just reduce the vertical speed hand flight here. Let me push that autopilot disconnect bar back up. And you can see the beautiful Las Vegas Strip off the nose there.
Number 72 Charlie Sierra, roger. Because you appear to be tracking outbound on the Santa Maria, correction, the San Marcos 286 radio. Flight present heading, descend and maintain.
And we're about 10 knots fast.
5,500.
20
expect
knots
vector,
fast. Need to
correction,
slow down a little
maintain
bit here.
5,700. Expect vectors for the localizer DME back course alpha approach.
There we go.
Okay, down to 5,700. Expect vectors to localizer Gmail back course.
Yeah, glad you're back in here,
Sure.
Da Vinci. Sorry about the internet issues. I'll get it worked out. Gotta wait on the cable power company to get out here and look at it. All right, so there's a 1,000. So instruments cross-checked. Gear is down. We're cleared to land, and we are stable. I'm gonna kill the flight director, because it is not following the glide slope really well. So autopilot does not seem to be doing a good job of following glide slope there.
400.
And Burbank Tower, 1 Pop Sierra. Did you
It's
clear
not
majors
too
for
bad
check?
on the lag side,
One Pop
Da
Sierra,
Vinci.
negative.
It's a little bit laggy,
1 Pop
but
Sierra radar contacts altitude.
I apologize if
One
it's
Pop
laggy for
Sierra,
you all. I will work at getting that
2,500.
fixed.
500.
Roger, standby.
Reduce some vertical speed.
Number 980 Alpha November, contact Santa Barbara approach on 120.55.
And spoilers are green.
Santa Barbara approach number 980, number 10,000, descending 9,000.
9 knots.
November 980 Alpha November, SoCal approach, Roger. Expect visual approach runway 25.
Alright.
Gotcha.
Try it. I'll take the next high speed. I can't get off at that one. So we're going to be getting off at, looks like it'll be Alpha 6.
November 812 Pop Sierra, contact approach on 134.2.
134.2.
It's going to be at least 40 knots before you start trying to take these high
Can you tell me
speeds.
what your winds aloft are right now? Do you have that information?
And it looks like the nose landing light is not working.
November 2 Charlie Sierra, Roger. Turn 10 degrees left.
10 degrees left, so 2 Charlie Sierra.
Skywest 3001, cross runway 26 right at Alpha 6. Taxi via Bravo to the ramp, monitor ground point 1.
Cross 26 right, Alpha 6, Bravo to the ramp, monitor ground 12, monitor ground, discussed area 1. Alright, clear 26 right, Alpha 6,
November 980 Alpha November,
aircraft.
7,000.
Leave all our lights on here. Clear on the left.
Sierra, descend and maintain 5,000.
10 to 5,000, so 2 Charlie Sierra.
Clear right, clear cross, here we go.
Very nice clearance, Skyhawk 10.
Wow, look at that view of Vegas off the nose, that's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, Da Vinci, yeah, it looks like my nose landing light is not showing. See, there it is, it's not, there should be a light right there, so I don't know what that's about. Alright, so it should be the first right turn here on Bravo. And Bravo is the center taxiway, so there we go. Bravo to the ramp, flaps up.
Departure Cessna 821 Papa Sierra, with you.
And let's do our after landing.
November 821 Papa Sierra, SoCal approach, Roger. November 980 Alpha November, turn right heading 150, descend and maintain 5,700.
Turn nav source back to White Needles. Go ahead and fire up the APU.
And 5,700.
Get the windshield heats off. Alright, Da Vinci, good night. Yep. Or, I'm sorry, Captain Matty, got to go have a great night. You too. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back live Monday night, more than likely. We'll continue. I'll try to continue with some of the flights that you all requested in the last one. So have a good night, Captain Matty. Thank you. Hey, Da Vinci. Not sure if you're leaving or not, or just telling Captain Matty good night, but also a good night to you. Let's just stick around. We still have a little ways to go to get to the Delta gates.
Number 72 Charlie Sierra, 12 miles from Coke.
The Delta
Select
terminal.
heading, maintain 5,000 until established. Cleared localizer DME, back course Alpha approach, expect runway 30.
Okay, we'll maintain the current heading and intercept the localizer. Clear for the approach. Localizer to meet back course alpha. Expect runway 3070.
All right. So we're going to gate Delta 53, which is oh, that's on the back side. Okay. So I'm actually going to take us in right here. Well, that was a fun flight, I must say. I think that arrival was maybe a little easier than the others, but got to do a... Da Vinci, you're still here. Great. Glad you're still here, man. The only thing I have not done, I need to be monitoring grounds.
41 Whiskey Sierra, clear to Camarillo Airport, Canoga 3 departure, Fillmore transition, and then direct climb via 6, maintain 4,000. Departure frequency 134.2, squawk 2365.
There. Now you can't get mad at me. Yeah, I think this custom scenery is maybe getting a little laggy.
Sierra, clear Camarillo via
Sorry, guys.
departure, Fillmore transition. Then
looks really cool. I must say, on mine it looks awesome.
Departure frequency 134.2.
Let's see if we can see the strip from the passenger seats.
Boeing 0 Alpha November.
Yeah, look at that. That's so cool.
Descend, maintain 2,000, November 9.
You'll fly here with the helicopter to check it out. Yeah, absolutely.
Approach on 135.4.
So this is the Fly Tampa Las Vegas scenery that's available on the marketplace. So this is definitely an enhanced Las Vegas, and it looks really cool. See, look at that. Alright, so 53 should be right up here off of our right side on the other side of the ANA, according to my chart.
So Cal approach Cessna 821 Papa Sierra, it's 3,400.
For 821 Papa Sierra, SoCal approach, roger.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully they have some good number markings. Let's see if they do.
Boeing 0 Alpha November, turn left heading 0.
It's kind of hard to tell from my vantage point right now.
070 November 9 November.
Let me see. 53 is where we're wanting to park. I think I might actually be where that Lufthansa is. So we'll just park at 52 if we have to. See, there's a United bird down there. There's Bravo 53. I can see it in the terminal. So this is it, right here. We made it.
0 Alpha November, airport 3 o'clock and 4
right,
miles.
We'll turn off our taxi light. And those lights so we don't blind the rampers.
Approach runway 25. Contact Santa Barbara Tower on 119.
Yeah, there's Bravo 53, or Delta 53, I mean. Just like we said. We'll pull it in. Make sure radars are off. They are. Good, we don't want to fry anybody.
980 Alpha November, information Delta, visual 25. 980 Alpha November, Santa Barbara Tower, runway 25, clear land.
Yeah, you can see it's...
25, click land now.
Honestly, I flew around earlier in the week, and I didn't have any lagging at all, so... I think it might be just streaming and a lot of stuff going on, so... Alright, I'll keep pulling us forward. I don't have marshalers, so I'll just use the old exterior mode to help us stop on the correct line. We'll pull all the way forward here. There we go. And we'll set the parking brake. Parking brake is set. And APU is started. Good, so we do have AC electric power. I'm going to shut the engines down. There's 2. There's 1. Let's turn our fuel pumps off. Beacon off. And seatbelt signs off. Great, let's get our dome light on so we can see in the cockpit a little bit better. And check the hydraulics really quickly. They're all in the green. Good. So turn the hydraulic pumps off. Oops. It's hard to click them just right. There it goes. Whoops. Look at that. I tried to scroll the mouse back out and flipped it back out. And transponder to standby. Let's run through our parking check. Oh yeah, nozzle steering needs to come off. That's the other thing on that parking flow. There we go. So parking brake is on, transponder standby, radar off, flaps 0, seatbelts off, anti-ice off, electrical set, fuel check valve not required, thrust levers shut off, fuel pumps off, ignition off, hydraulic checked off, beacon off, nozzle steering off, parking check is complete. Da Vinci, you marshaled these a lot in the passenger lot. Very cool. Which airport were you a marshaller at?
Alpha Charlie to 16 right, 16
That's really cool, man. Yeah, but check out the scenery. It's so cool. I hope. Let me see if the. So one thing I have not been able to figure out is after I finish the flight, I can't go into drone mode. I can do drone before the flight, but not after the flight, and I'm not sure why that is. So I would love to go into drone mode and be able to show you all and fly around, check out the scenery some, but.
1 Pop Sierra Willie Bass.
Not gonna be able to. But one thing I will do, I'll do the full shutdown check tonight. Since we're here, we'll let everybody get off the airplane. Looks like they're finishing that up. Overall, I'd say it was a pretty good flight.
Number 72 Charles Sierra, contact Santa Maria Tower on 118.3 on VOR approach runway 17.
Da Vinci, you were at Epley Airfield. Well, you know, I'm not sure when you were working there, but I flew in there many times. Both Delta Connection coded flights and United Express, so we might have come across each other at some point.
Right at Charlie, ready for IFR departure.
Try the dev camera. I actually don't know how to do that, so camera here.
Maria Tower, November 72 Charles Sierra on the localizer DME back course Alpha 30. 72 Charlie Sierra,
yeah, I'm not sure why it's not working, but
I'd like to do the missed approach, please. 72 Charlie Sierra, runway 30, clear for the option, report missed approach.
Well, as you, I mean, it's a beautiful scenery. I guess I could open up the door and get all that going. It's getting pretty late where I am.
8 miles to the north.
I'm glad you're still on. I'm starting to get pretty tired, man. It's a fun flight, but.
Number 821 Papa Sierra, SoCal approach. Roger, enter right traffic, runway 24.
Wheel chocks are in place. 2013, 2014. Well, I definitely was flying in there in a CRJ at that time. It would have been a CRJ 200, so I don't know if you ever worked any of those, but yep, I flew in there, overnighted there quite a few times. Activate developer mode from the settings. Might have to check that out here. Let me see if I can get the jet bridge to connect.
980 Alpha November.
Put that down. I'm going to switch to.
Runway 15 right.
Well, I might check that out, Da Vinci, here in a sec.
On 121.7.
Try to get the jet bridge. Here comes the jet bridge.
Alpha to the ramp, cross 15 right and 15
using that pushback express.
November 9 number.
If I go to now, have you tried developer mode in the 200 or the CRJ? Does it make it crash, or does it keep running? No problem when you've done that. Okay, looks like works. You work for DGS. All right, Delta Global Services. Very cool. Very cool, man. All right. So our flight is complete according to PACX. Everybody's off the airplane. We'll close out PACX and we can shut the plane down now.
Correction, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain.
So in the flight.
Climb and maintain 4,000, Lone Sierra.
And so for shutting down the plane, we'll move the IRSs to off now, and you can see our PFDs are going to go blank. And we'll get nav light off, all the exterior lights off. Hydraulics are all off, no smoking, we'll turn that to off. Emergency lights, don't want to leave those armed. Turn off all the interior lights that we can find. Recirc needs to come off. And go ahead and turn off the thrust reversers also. And APU, we'll shut that down. And shut down, power down check. IRSs are off, thrust reversers off, recirc fan, it is off. The cargo air, I didn't get that off. Emergency lights off, APU stopped, external lights are off. And AC externals off, battery master off. And there we are. Power down check is complete. And DaVinci, you say it will keep running, no problem. I used when making sceneries. I did my flight training in that area too in Council Bluffs, Iowa. Well, okay, I think y'all are still on. Sorry, it froze up a little bit when it sent to the menu, but all right, I'm going to try that out really quickly, DaVinci. Let's go to, you said it's in settings, general settings, and camera maybe. Oh no, I have to go to developer mode. There it is, developers. I'll turn it on. All right, apply and save. And camera. So developer camera. Oh, there we go. Excellent. Thank you, DaVinci. That is showing it. So I think what I'll do, whoa, I don't know what it just did. Okay, now it's working. Yeah, same controls as the drone. Perfect. But yeah, take a look at the beautiful views around Las Vegas. Really a cool scenery that Fly Tampa came out with here. But I'm going to take us down through the strip, listen to some music. I appreciate all of you tuning in tonight to watch this flight between Mammoth Lakes and Las Vegas. It was a very late night flight for me, but glad we got to do it. And I'll be back Monday night. Stay tuned. I'll have the preview of where that flight's going to be. Would love to have some of you join along live, either in VATSIM or PilotEdge. I'll try to do VATSIM on Monday night to allow as many people as possible to join if you'd like. But until then, the Ref Simmer signing off. Thanks for flying along. I'll see you all in the air again soon. And DaVinci, no, I do not have the flight recorder mod, so thanks for asking, man. I'll try to get it, but have a good night.
you.